Hey guys, and welcome to Series 5, Episode 3. Sorry about the quality of the intro, but it was from one of my streams, and the 1 HP getaway had to be shown on vid, so there it was. I got 55 smithing there, and then I headed down to the Advances, which, as you guys guessed in the last video, these are the ones that drop addy bars. They drop 4 at a time, which is awesome, and they also drop feathers, so I can make my bolts as well, which will give me fletching XP. So the addy bars will be smithed when I have 73 smithing, I believe, into addy bolts, and then I can use my gems, which I get from rogues, on the bolts and make diamond-y bolts and ruby-y bolts. So talking about fletching, I then headed up to the mage bank and started fletching my yew logs, which I've been collecting from the Wildy resource area and also from Kingback Dragon drops, and I can now make rune bolts with my 69 fletching that I just got. Now, one of my goals for Series 5 is to kill 1,000 lava dragons, which is quite an optimistic goal, but I'm going to probably extend that into Series 6 as well, because otherwise I'm going to have to kill 100 lava drags per day to fit that into Series 5, which is going to be very tricky with a full-time job. So I was probably 8 kills into my lava dragon spree when already I got hit by 3 PKs. It was me and 2 of my mates up here, and yeah, like I said, these 3 PKs ran in, and they actually started piling Masai, or however you pronounce your name, and I pushed north. I was really laggy because this was world 386, I believe, and yeah, just lagging a lot, so it was quite hard to get away. I closed the gate on this guy, which means he has to obviously open the gate, which should buy me a bit of time, and by the time he'd opened the gate and ran north, I was happy and able to log out. I actually logged into my pure, and helped my mate out. He dragged them north, I helped them out, killed one of the guys, got a Kraken tentacle and his mystic armor, then killed the second guy, and ended up trading the loot over to the guy. So yeah, good times. Back down to the lava dragons on Wildependant, and this was my first kill on vid. This was actually before we got hit, and I got 30 lore runes, sorry, 20 lore runes, which is great for TVs. At a second kill, got some coins. Now, I'm not going to show you every 1,000 kills, but I'm going to show you the best drops. It was my best drop of that session, which is a rune kite, which is pretty awesome. And what I'll try and do is show you the walk back to the bank after each trip, and like keep a running sort of kill count on my lava dragons, and then you can see how many I kill per trip and all that, and add them all up. So you see here, got I think 14, yeah, lava drag kill count 14 there, so not bad for my first trip. And after that, whilst I was up at Mage Bank, I decided to cook a few tuna and got 62 cooking. Now my next goal is to get 50 in all my non-combat skills, apart from the ones that I can't do obviously. So I went and did a bit of thieving and got a genie, and finally got 2 agility. So now every time I get a lamp, it will go up 20 XP instead of 10, so that's kind of useful. It's always times 10 of your level, so if you're level 49 you'll get 490 XP, if you're level 99 you'll get 990, and so on. And then back down to the Chaos Elder Druids, and I ran into this guy. I wasn't sure if he was actually risking his Saradome and robes, so I had to kill him and find out. He actually wasn't, but I got some nice Ranar weeds then. Now this next clip was actually, the reason he had a skull was because he skulled on me before. I took off all my armour and my weapons. It was on video, but I actually deleted the vid. Took off my armour and weapons and pretended to be a noob, and he scolded me, started attacking me. I attacked back, and eventually he ran south and got away. So I came back up, and he was AFK training on the druids, still scold, and obviously he wasn't able to eat because he didn't know he was getting attacked, and I PK'd his G-Maul. And more importantly, up the top there, you see I PK'd a Brine Saber. Now for those who don't know, that's better than a rune skin. It's really good for training strength with. It's only +2 strength compared to a rune skin, but that can make all the difference. That could make a couple K XP per hour difference when I train here myself. So it was almost every sort of 1 in 6 worlds I'd find someone here in my combat that I could attack. This guy had a Brine Saber as well, but he was unskulled, so I didn't get that. But he had a load of supersets, and which is really useful for me, so I can PK with those. I was actually running kind of low on supersets, so that's really good to get a nice amount back in my bank. And he also had a Santa hat, so Merry fucking Christmas. And then this next kill, I got word from a friend that I was PKing with, called Alex from my old clan. He told me that there was a guy in my combat that I could attack. He could also attack him. So I thought, fuck it, whatever. I'll try and get the most damage and hopefully get the kill. And he was playing melee. He almost got away, but was just too slow. And for some reason, it was my kill, despite my friend having much better stats than me. I don't normally PK with other people and put it up on vid, but I got a nice loot out of it, so I'm not going to hide that. As you see, I got a rune skin, but more importantly, I got a Saradome and cloak, which I'm basically adding up loads of cloaks and mitras sort of every week. It's awesome. I can't believe how many people actually risk these items in the wildy. And you can see I still hadn't banked from the Brine Saber PK that I got. 25 Herbal, I can now identify Rana weeds, and at level 30 I can add those to vials of water, and then at level 38 I can mix snape grass with those and make prayer pots. So that's certainly going to be a nice goal, is to get 38 Herbal. And I got really lucky with lamps this episode. As you see here, already level 2 agility, so I get 20 XP per lamp, which is nice. And then not long after I got another lamp, and yep, always putting on agility. A higher agility, the better it is. This is my first inventory after training strength here. Didn't take long to fill it up, so I just took those straight to the mage bank and chucked them in my Herbal tab. Next up, I went to the bandit camp to do the really annoying task of fishing shrimp and anchovy. As you guys know, I'm sort of protesting against Jagex to try and let them re-implement the lobster and swordfish fishing spot. Those two guys you saw me with, they're actually Wildy Iron Men themselves. So best of luck, guys, and keep me up to date of how it's going. 43 fishing, 44 fishing, and I stopped at 45 fishing. But this actually took me about 2 hours in total, from 41 to 45, and it's another 3 hours to 50. So that's going to be enjoyable. But I got another lamp, and I'm on the road to 3 agility. Yeah! I then headed to the rogues. I went to the southwest ones from Mage Bank. There's hardly any PKs here, so it's really nice. And if you trap them in between those volcanoes, they can't actually move. Although about 10 minutes in, they do glitch out and teleport, so you have to keep luring them into the spot. But eventually I got 50 thieving, which is really good. That's one of my skill goals completed for Series 5 already. And then next up was a bit of fire making. Didn't do too much of that, but got a level 37. And then this is OS Buddy being really fucking weird and telling me everywhere I can light a fire. It's like, okay, sometimes it's a bit over the top, OS Buddy. I think I know where I can light fires and where I can't. But cheers anyway. Next up was to grind out my crafting. Now, as you know, I've got about 500 diamonds just from doing rogues. And gold ore, I get that from Rogue's Castle and can superheat that. I can also mine it. So what I do is I out the diamond rings that I make, and they out for about 2k each. So the entry fee is 7.5k, but you actually make about 14k per trip doing it this way. Got 49 crafting just from crafting some gems, cutting some gems, and that's arguably the best crafting XP. But yeah, I don't have that many uncut gems now, so back to Ring of Lives, and finally got level 50. I can make ruby amulets now. So that's a beautiful crafting level there, and I can stop crafting for the time being. And I did a bit of woodcutting, 67 woodcut there, and banked about 140 odd logs, which is nice. Now onto a bit of PKing, deep PKing. There's a level 122 here who I found about 5 minutes earlier, and he actually escaped into the magic axe hut with a lockpick. He did it again. Yeah, he got away, but as I was retreating back to the bank, I ran into another guy. Now this clip saddens me. I don't like watching this clip back. Look at him. Poor little noob. Level 89 here. Off, he shouted. And I was like, yeah, he said he's doing a clue. But I don't know why he's wearing full rune and didn't bring any food. It just... I'm sorry, man. But I got a rune full helm and a rune axe, and hopefully that shouldn't be too hard for him to get back. He's not even an Iron Man, so yeah, sorry milk and cookies. Next time, get in my CC and hopefully you'll be safe. So then a bit of wilderness resource PKing. Decided to, instead of skill for my ore and stuff, why not kill people for my ore? And yeah, most of these guys, in fact none of these guys are bots, so you've got to be fairly quick with it. You can't just simply camp range and get away with it, but I hit a 30 with my Gmaul. Didn't want to waste my spec, so switched to the rune skim. He put protect melee on, and I whacked out my last entangle, and this is in fact my second kill that I've got with an entangle, which is always a bit humorous. But yeah, got the kill. Check out my cash stack there, 15k to 48, that's about 33k there. And then the iron ore, which he noted for me, thank you mate, 574. But at least he got the XP. And then the second guy, only a few worlds later, this guy was cutting the magic logs, in fact, with the dragon axe, unskulled, so it was never going to be mine. They always say lol, but as he's tried running, I stepped out, whacked out my Gmaul, got the 13 KO, told him to join my CC. I didn't actually get it on vid, but he flamed quite a lot. And yep, wilderness is wilderness, you're going to get killed if you're not careful. So I noted the unnoted logs, whacked them in my looting bag, and moved on. Back down to the Chaos Elders. Nothing too mental about this clip, apart from the lag. And I've got a load of herbs, which I again put in my looting bag. And that's building up a nice amount of herbs now. Almost like the wilderness drug lord with all my herbs. Back to lava drags. I've decided, thanks to a bit of advice from Darren, to attack them over the ditch. This way most PKs can't get you, and if they do, they freeze you for 15 seconds and you should be able to tank it out. I bring a bit of shark with me. What I'm doing is telegrabbing all the good loots. Things like lava runes I leave on the floor. I do take rune javs because that can be good alk, bit of alk money if I go to the Fountain of Rune. Here you see me getting a rune longsword. They alk for like 19k, so that's always nice, and that will pay for my runes. And yeah, like I said earlier, I'll collect the dragon bones so you guys can see my progress. So I apologise for the length of this episode. It's really not as long as some of the other ones have been, but that's mainly because it's been skilling orientated, which basically means it takes 10 seconds for you to watch me go from 41 to 45 fishing, but in reality that's about 4 hours of me grinding it out. So bear with, and hopefully the next one, in fact I promise the next one will be over 20 minutes. And yeah, also the fact that I've been streaming has taken some of my gaming time off, as I don't put any of my stream clips in here because they have music on them. But if you do want to watch my stream, the link will be in the description. As always, we've got a forum, you can come and chill on that. We just got a shout box installed on that, so that's really cool. And yeah, clan chat, Wildependant, and I always read your comments and like to hear any feedback, whether it's constructive criticism or positive feedback that you want me to involve certain clips more often or whatever. But yeah, cheers for watching guys, leave a like if you have enjoyed it, and stay tuned for next week's. Thanks.